found us. More podcast, where we want you to know God more deeply, find lasting freedom, discover your destiny and make an eternal difference. Now.
Coming in here, I was like in a super Christmas mood today.
Yeah.
I really was. Yeah.
You were?
I was in the office singing Mary Did You Know?
She knew.
She knew it.
Horrible song.
Terrible.
That song is like
bad.
the Christian version of every Mariah Carey song.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
and like we didn't need to write it because she knew.
She already knew.
She knew.
Yeah.
She knew.
Yeah.
The question didn't even need to be asked.
Nope. The angel did it.
Yeah. The angel told her
Just
everything.
read Luke 2, folks.
So just let, of course I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did too, man. We were just talking about this.
Yeah.
We're a little late to start, and I was locked in my
Christmas.
office. Oh man,
Yeah. You get
all
in
the
that
Christmas.
mood.
Yeah, and I had like the instrument. PG, did you hear in your office?
I did.
I had my instrumental Christmas music playing.
I heard you warming up your voice to every song. Yeah.
All the vibrato I could muster.
All the while I was trying to have a serious meeting in my office.
Sometimes.
Jingle bells.
Yeah, it was.
Have you listened to the Indian stuff? The Indian Christmas carols?
Yeah, because you sent it to me.
That is like worth it. Yeah. I did send it to me.
I love it.
But there's a whole album out there on Spotify and stuff. It's worth
Just
every
make
bit
sure
of
your
it.
car windows are rolled up. You're listening to it.
It is so funny.
man.
Yeah. So it's worth to listen to.
You and I were hanging out yesterday, right?
Yep.
At Culver's, and they were playing some music, and I'm like, what is going on here? This guy's voice.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
It was really
Yeah.
bad.
Somebody
It was
put
like a
that,
recorded thing?
yeah,
was
somebody
that-
put that on the radio and thought, this is good.
Doesn't
my
Culver's
gosh.
like usually plays like throwback?
They do.
right?
Yeah,
Like
they do.
it's like dinery kind of.
Yeah.
Like songs
this
you
wasn't
forgot.
that.
It was,
Yeah.
it was.
Some
it-
songs are meant to be forgotten.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
There was lots of 50s and 60s
Yep.
kind of fun music, but then they kicked something in, and there were two howling people, and it was awful.
It was.
Did it make you want to buy cheese curds?
I kind of
I did,
always
yeah,
want to
yeah,
buy
yeah.
cheese
Is it?
curds.
Yeah, right.
Throw up that you
Doesn't take much.
Bye. Listen to this song. Bye. Have you guys heard the Ringo Starr song that came out like in 45 about Christmas?
Yeah.
The chorus is 2 words. Christmas is coming Christmas or something like that. It's like so
I'm thinking
stupid.
of The mood is right.
Yeah. No, he didn't. This one is
that's
like a banger.
That's John Lennon, I think.
Yeah.
no,
This is
or Paul
supposed to be
McCartney.
like a banger. Like it's supposed to be like get you riled up for Christmas. And my wife and I are like sitting there going, it's 2 words.
Yeah.
For the entire chorus.
That's
And you
great.
keep singing it over and over again.
It's like manic. You're like rocking back and forth
Yeah.
in a corner
It's
of
like-
Christmas music. Do you know I think it's Paul McCartney did it. The mood is right.
Mm-hmm.
Simply Well, next time you listen to
Yeah.
that song, listen for the delay. Dun, dun.
Yeah.
Dun, dun. Listen to it when it gets the chorus because it's too much. It's too much delay. So it starts like overlapping.
Building on itself.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so like, when they recorded it, like delay was cool and kind of new or whatever, but you used it too much and
Yeah.
now you're like getting off beat. But it's an awesome one too. I like that
Well,
one.
I think the Beatles definitely, did a lot of things that we are now doing now with digital. But I remember some of the ones that Abbey Road, I think they did. They recorded with pots and pans. Like they
Sure.
would put a pot in a pan over here so you get a different reverb. Yeah.
Fun.
Things
Well,
you
I
didn't
can't
know.
wait for like the weeks of December when we can talk about like favorite Christmas movies and
We can do that now,
Christmas-
Ted.
Can we?
Yeah, we can do that now.
I mean, it's not.
No, you
Thanksgiving
have to
yet,
wait
but
till
yeah.
we have to wait till Thanksgiving. Okay. All right.
My Christmas tree is.
boss
up
says
in my
don't
house.
talk about
Don't
it.
jump the gun.
The boss says, shh, don't do it.
Yeah.
Wait till later.
Right.
We're still in deer season.
But there's not really any great Thanksgiving songs, though. That's the problem.
The best Thanksgiving movie. How about that? There's only one of them, and it is perfect.
Which one is it?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
That movie.
I almost forgot
is
that one.
You have not seen
I don't know
it.
nothing about
Steve
that.
Martin's in it.
Hunter.
Steve
John
Martin.
Candy.
yeah.
Watch party.
Listen, on the podcast, I get picked on for not knowing
my
stuff.
goodness.
Yeah, well, we gotta help you out.
Well, we've shared.
Come on now.
Hunter and I have decided we're best friends because we've like shared over some nerdy movie stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it is a perfect movie.
It is. It's a good movie. You
Planes,
should
Trains,
watch
and
it. Yeah.
Automobiles.
I'll give it a watch.
It has all the heart of like the early 90s,
Yeah.
late 80s, early 90s. And like John Candy, Steve Martin,
Okay, I love it.
humor. It's
right.
awesome.
But I have come to realize. I mean, people blame me for not having filters and being slightly racist every now and then. But I was raised in that. I was raised in that generation. If you watch everything that came out during that period of time.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
It does feel like PG-13 back then. You're like, you watch it now and you're like, oh boy.
Yeah, like how did we get away with that stuff? Yeah. Anyways, do you wonder why you take the time each week to listen to more podcasts? Well, we're asking that question right now. I'll tell you why. More stands for maximizing opportunities for right now and eternity. So stop asking why you listen. Just never forget to listen and pass it on. And of course, during this holiday season, and we still have not. Every Sunday, we try to get us to corral together to do a picture for our banner to do the.
Oh yeah, we haven't done it. It's
and
been 2
it
weeks.
just doesn't happen. Yeah,
Right.
I know that Danielle actually was holding on to Pastor Gary one Sunday, like we got to go take this picture, and then the rest of us, I don't know where we were at.
Right,
couldn't get us together.
No,
we've got to do it.
It'll happen.
We've got to do it. For those that still wonder, you keep talking about a podcast because you mentioned it on Sunday, and I've seen people's faces like, "What?" Mm-hmm. Yeah. You've heard of the more? I was the only one that raised my hand. I said, "Have you heard of the more podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah," and then everybody's like looking at me like, "What are you talking about?" Well, this episode for More Podcast is supported by Little Debbie Christmas Tree Cakes, your official holiday detox from healthy eating. Kale, nope. Thank you. Protein shakes, not today, Satan. December is for the important things: peppermint sprinkles and cakes shaped like trees. So embrace the season, boost your festive vitamin levels, and remember, if you squint hard enough, every Christmas tree cake looks like a nutritional
Okay,
choice.
so here we go. Today we talked about
it.
the white ones last week. Okay,
Yes.
so here we go, boys.
Okay.
This is your little ASMR action.
There we go.
We're gonna try them
Hey,
on
these
the
are like
podcast.
these are like the cosmic brownies
yes,
of
sir.
Christmas trees.
Yeah. So we have the brownies, but then you might not want to eat the whole thing because we got the.
Yeah.
This is the very right. Don't you like flick it with your fingernails and stuff. Okay, don't eat too much because we have the very ever controversial chocolate.
Did they cook this thing?
Yeah, I don't think so. This is a raw.
Here's the chocolate.
This is a raw brownie.
The chocolate cake, which usually people like the white cake better than the chocolate cake.
Whatever this thing was, it's like they put the
We don't like the
batter in the pan.
Wow.
And
It's like
let it
underdone.
dry.
Hey,
So,
listen,
yeah.
listen. This isn't that good.
You don't like it?
No.
No.
I liked it at first because it tastes like a cosmic brownie, and then that green food coloring came in.
Yeah.
You don't like cosmic.
I love cosmic brownies.
Okay.
Whatever
Yeah, the brownie-
frosting they put on.
The brownie is not
It's
good.
probably like a radium or something that we're eating right now.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, here we go. Here's
So either kill you or give you superpowers.
The chocolate tree isn't too bad.
It's controversial, Peach.
It's not too bad.
to
Do you
it's-
like that one or the white one better?
I'd go with the white one.
Yeah.
To me, it smells like dog food.
Dog food.
Yeah,
What?
it smells like the dog food I put in my dog's dish. That's what it smells like.
As he takes a bite.
Yeah, that's just good. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't like them.
I
Oh, hey.
prefer a white one, but I would eat.
That's
I'd eat
great.
four
I
of
crush
these.
that any day of the week.
You would eat
Yep.
it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I bet my buddy at Sam's Club would eat these too, though.
What?
Did you get that text message?
No,
Mom?
I didn't. What's
Okay.
the same? You gotta tell me the story now. I gotta know. What's Sam's Club?
I was at Sam's Club with my wife in Traverse City, and we were in line to get.
I'm gonna eat this whole thing. Actually.
We were going to get pretzels. No, just one pretzel.
I eat this
Yeah.
one.
And I look behind me, and there's this, guy probably in his mid-30s. And he's just sitting there. He's standing there behind his cart with his head down. Honestly, looks sad.
Yeah.
And he has 6 cartons, like 6 of the sleeves of the white Christmas trees
I love
in his
it.
cart, and then 1 bag of meat sticks. It's like, I don't know what this guy's preparing for. So then he gets.
How
his,
can you be sad, buddy? When
So
that's
I'm
all
gonna
you're
watch
buying?
him because I want to see what he orders for
Right.
food. Because I'm interested in
Yeah.
this guy. He orders a full pizza and then a single slice of pizza to eat on his way out.
This guy's serious.
He's preparing like dinner later.
Yeah, he's
lunch
not
now.
He's not messing around.
He's in his like Cookie Monster pajama pants in Costco doing that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's called living your best life.
You
right
guys
there.
ever heard of Sora, which is like an AI video making thing? Somebody took like the
Yeah, I don't
times
know.
during the 90s when they would have those Black Friday sales and people were freaking out, like punching each other.
Yeah.
Well, they did that with these Christmas tree things, the white ones. It is hilarious. I mean, people are freaking out and beating each other up. Like it's like a WWE wrestling match trying to get these boxes.
I feel like we're on the cutting edge here of like pop culture.
Where we go?
With the white Christmas tree thing.
I think we are. Yeah. I have heard people on Sunday go, I totally forgot those were even out there. Now I
They're
gotta go
the
grab
best.
one.
You know
so
what?
we're helping them.
Yeah, this was funny too. I was looking at the box today. Again, great Santa Clauses on the box. Like the advertising is on point here with Little Debbie. But it's the McKee Family Bakery subsidized by Little Debbie.
Oh, really?
So they're like Keebler elves.
right.
Like
Correct.
small batch.
Christmas
making-
Now,
magic.
isn't
Right.
this like this is kind of like the Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Santa is very good, but the Santa's different on the brownie one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Hey.
he's still really good though.
We got something we do got to notice on the box though. Notice even the Santa prefers the white Christmas
It's true.
trees.
Yeah,
Even
right.
on the chocolate.
Well, the chocolate
Oh my
one.
gosh, you're right.
Come on.
That is so right.
Yeah, that's true. Not wrong about it.
Yeah,
So
Santa
great
doesn't lie.
observation.
So what is he
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, he's like, no, don't eat these, but they do.
I would always prefer chocolate cake too, but yeah, no, the white Christmas trees.
There's something different about it. They put something in there.
They're better.
I'm not saying that they put anything in there that we shouldn't eat, but there's got to be something that's addicting. I don't know. We're going to come, but 5 years from down the road, we're going to find out that we've been eating these cakes and there's something in there that we should not be eating.
Well, we're just here for you to be a guinea pig for you, listener. The white trees, we vote yes to.
Yeah, it's good.
yeah, the white ones are definitely.
I think
Yeah,
the
feed your soul.
chocolate cake is not as good, but I would
Yeah.
certainly eat them.
I would eat it, and
it's probably a pass on the brownie.
the brownie is not
Yeah.
cooked. I
It's
think
not
I'm with
great.
Pastor Gary on that.
I like an
Brownie's
underdone
cooked.
brownie.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're going for, but it doesn't execute.
Needs a
well
little longer in the
this.
oven.
Yeah,
Maybe
this
you
one.
could-
I like that too, but I'm a corners guy.
Yeah.
I love the crunchy corners.
Right. And there's no crunchy corner
There's
on
no
that.
crunchy corner on that. There's no bark on that.
Unless you
that's
eat
true.
the candy, then you break
Which
a tooth.
what is that? You're not. If you ate that like the light candy thing by itself, you'd be like, what am I eating? This
You're going to break a tooth.
Yeah, this is-
Subsidized by the dentist.
Yeah, right.
Here, have one of these. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, there you go.
that's what we're sponsored by. So
All right, little Debbie.
I don't think they know, but we do.
Yep.
And
was
we've been
fun.
talking about it, and people have been saying, well, we should go buy those now that we've been talking about
Yeah.
it. So people that have never even had one have said to me,
Just wait till I
Yeah,
bring
try
in
it.
the covered Oreos, the white covered Oreos.
yeah, I saw those at
guys-
Walmart the other day.
You did
The white covered ones?
Yeah, I did.
Huh.
I was tempted to get you some, but they were in a like a gold
Glass
foil
case.
Well, no. Yeah, it was a glass case. Yeah,
Protected.
There's a guard standing by
Walmart
it.
security.
But yet there was like a gold foil thing, and I'm like, wow, those look really traditional, like really Christmassy. I don't know. We're gonna take an ID break. Come back with announcements and telling people who's around the table. So
Yeah.
we'll be right back.
You're listening to the More Podcast. Four pastors Hunter, Gary, Ted,
Heyo.
and Alex.
You made it.
Powered by caffeine, theology, and enough Christmas tree cakes to qualify as a medical concern.
Look at this.
Wow.
Yeah,
This new bumper
we try.
might be the best one you've ever done.
We try. We try to get people to buy more.
Right.
And we do take donations. So if you
Oh,
buy
yeah.
you buy a box for us. It's kind of
Yeah.
like the giving program that
That's
we have
right.
here at
Yeah.
Harbor Light. So
Yep.
help your host.
It was funny
save
because I
surgery.
bought these for the green room for worship team, and there have been 3 weeks now, and the first week the white ones were not. I don't even think they made it to Sunday.
They didn't.
Probably after Thursday practice,
know.
and then these two are like, "Yeah, I'm not eating these." So well, there you go.
I'm pretty sure I saw Brad, the drummer.
Yeah,
He put two in his pocket.
good.
I'm
That's
pretty
what
sure
they're there
he did.
for. Keep
And he
doing
had
it.
one in his hand, acting like this is the only one I've ever eaten.
Yeah.
And there, I heard him like crinkling as he's walking back to his seat. I'm like, dude,
Whatever we can have,
you're not
keep coming back.
You're not pulling the wool over anybody's eyes. I know you got more. All right. Well, his morning routine includes reading Proverbs, stretching, and Googling, is cereal technically soup? Pastor Ted.
Yeah, is cereal?
It is. It is.
Is it?
Technically
Yeah.
is. Okay.
It's all. It's all
Right.
markers.
A hamburger is or a hot dog is a sandwich.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
All right, fun fact. He doesn't use clocks. He measures time in Mountain Dews. A Sunday service is about 1.5 dews long. Pastor Gary.
Very true, folks.
Yes.
Very true.
Fun fact, he gives his best theological thoughts right after finishing a Red Bull. If you hear him suddenly drop wisdom, check for an empty can nearby. Pastor Hunter.
This is true.
All right, you guys ready for this one?
There we go. I'm ready.
Okay.
Lay it on me.
The man who takes a turducken, stuffs it in deer carcass, wraps it in moose bacon, then for dessert eats and clear cuts an entire forest of Christmas tree cakes. Call him Paul Bunyan or AKA Pastor Alex Norton.
There it is.
That's
a
it.
good one.
That is like spot on. Yeah. That's like spot on.
There's something about I just like listening to John Madden talk about that turducken on that football game that just makes my heart happy.
It is a real thing. I've had one before.
I don't. Do we like it?
I thought it was okay. I think my favorite out of all is a deep fried turkey.
Really?
Oh my gosh, I love that. There's just something about deep frying a turkey that's amazing. Yeah.
I want my house to smell like turkey, so I don't. Obviously, I'm not going to deep fry a turkey in my house.
Yeah, well,
you're
lost, Ted.
Hey, do you know
We're
what's
gonna start
you know
coming
what's
up with
funny?
their own
Yeah.
scented candles.
That's right. Yeah,
turkey.
That's disgusting.
I wrote. I like to cook. I did a practice turkey last night.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Look at you go.
Yeah.
splatchcocking. You know what that is?
No.
So it's when you cut the the backbone out of the turkey, so you lay it flat. It's called splatchcocking, and you're able to then get better surface area for cooking, and
Yeah.
it cooks way faster.
That sounds good.
There
though.
it is. It's a cooking.
Did you learn this on YouTube? How
No,
did
it's
you
a real thing. I don't know. Maybe it's been. I've known about it for a while.
He's taking the
but-
cooking masterclass online right now.
Yeah. And then all right, here's the other tip, because turkey is notoriously dry, right? Always is dry. It's a very, very low fat meat. So that breast sits under the heat forever. You take herbed butter, right? You get poultry seasoning, melt some butter, and you slide it underneath the skin, and that adds fat back to it, and it allows it to
sounds
cook
really
a long
good.
time.
I'd like to come to some practice
it's pretty
sessions.
good.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
If you want us to taste test it, I mean,
Again, dry turkey is a problem. right?
Yeah,
It
oh,
is.
yeah.
So you gotta add some fat back.
Did you?
to it.
Okay, I just want to say I found something that I've never seen before. They are selling at Walmart turkey basters. They're preloaded butter syringes that you're supposed to use while you're
Yeah,
making your turkey.
that is, and it's gonna make your gravy good. All that
thought,
stuff is like,
Why
yeah,
not?
You gotta do it.
I mean, just put it in my mouth. I mean, put it on a turkey. I'll be sitting there like squeezing it. Yeah,
right.
I mean, if
Put
you
it
guys
right
ever
into the vein.
we buy Ready Whip in the can, the spray. It never goes on anything. What happens is at the middle of the night, it goes in your mouth. Yeah, and you're out there, and of course you can't be quiet. As soon as you're spraying it,
No.
your wife's like, "What are you doing in the fridge?"
Everyone's
Nothing.
gonna know.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're going to come back with some interesting things that was on the news, and we'll be right back after this.
You're listening to the More Podcast, the only show where the gingerbread men are nervous because Ted keeps calling them protein snacks, proudly reminding you that Pastor Gary is still on Santa's nice but needs supervision list. And yes, Pastor Hunter did watch all 42 Hallmark Christmas movies before breakfast.
Let's go.
Find out
That's
more
why I
about
was
our
late.
host
Yeah.
the longer you listen. The More Podcast.
He was at the last part
Yeah, geez.
of 42, and it
You
was
guys
like,
ruined it for me.
"Come on!"
Yes.
Even though you've watched them, like
Didn't know
every
what
year.
was gonna happen.
Somebody who does watch those for real
Who?
is Neil Britton. I'm just calling him out. Yeah.
Like by himself.
Just
Yeah, he starts like all year. He's like watching them, and
Yeah.
his wife ratted him out, and she's like, you make fun about Hallmark movies, but my husband watches them on
I'm gonna have
repeat.
to pick on him for that.
Yeah,
Was he sit there with popcorn and like some tissues?
He's
just-
like into it. Yeah. Oh my god, he's gonna die. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know what? He just has. He's got all the nice endorphins going.
Have you seen the couples online that are doing that? They're like trying to like write their own Hallmark movie, and they're making fun of it.
Yeah,
And
right.
so it's like them meeting at a like grocery store, and then the whole
Me and my wife
the
love
whole
that.
There's a
script, yeah.
formula. Just follow the
Yeah,
formula.
follow the formula. That's
he
hilarious.
owns a Christmas tree farm, and
Right.
she owns a hot cocoa stand.
Right.
And,
I'm thinking. I told
Yeah,
Amy. I said we should do one.
but she left her hot cocoa stand to work in
Right.
the big city.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
She's just coming back.
And she comes back, and
She's
it's everybody's like
engaged.
shocked that she's back in town.
to the CEO
But
guy.
yeah,
Well,
and the guy's
'cause-
like, "I've been looking for you forever."
Yeah, because
Glad
plot
you're back.
twist, the guy who runs the Christmas tree stand also is a pastor, and his church is
Yeah.
going under.
Yeah, right,
And
yeah.
if only they can do a hot cocoa, they might be able to pay the mortgage.
That's it. Yep.
See, that's proof he's watched them right there. He knows. He's like, that was number 37. Yeah,
Eden's been telling them all about it.
yeah, right. It's okay. No judgments.
Yeah.
no
So
judgments.
this is a safe place.
Yeah.
It's a safe place.
Hey,
All
did
right.
you guys see? I'm sorry. No,
Oh,
Ron.
go ahead.
Did you guys see the greatest Christmas pageant ever told?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It is so
That is-
good.
I literally was bawling.
I was
Yep.
too.
I was bawling
Dude,
on
all
that
right,
one.
so here we are. My mom read me that book every Christmas as a child. Every year. Read it, okay? Mom, the movie's out. We're going to go see the movie. Guess what? Blubbering mess.
Oh, yeah.
In the Lyric Theater with my mother. Like, this is just.
Oh,
the
yeah.
mo-" Yeah, it is a great movie.
It is.
I'm serious.
Did you see it?
No.
Oh, my
You got to
gosh.
see it.
You need
you
to.
got
Gotta.
your
Yeah.
grandkids. It's so
You'll
good,
love it.
man.
You'll love it.
By the
It's
time you're
all the
done,
heart.
you're going to
Yeah.
be like, I'm not crying.
It's
I'm
funny
not doing
too. It's Christian movie done
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
done really, really well. Super funny. I feel like Christian movies have gotten substantially
They've moved
better.
out of the cheese region.
They've gotten way better.
No. This is like, I mean, it could be. I mean, it really could be quickly, but it was not.
It's
It was,
awesome.
like, super
I
good.
will watch
It's a good
that
movie.
every year. It's in my top 10.
Have Lisa Kay make you some extra crispy cookies.
Yeah.
Sit down with a Mountain Dew and hot cocoa and watch the movie. You'll love it.
Mainline some estrogen, you'd be good.
Yeah.
By the time you're done, you'll be like, oh, yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, here's an interesting one. You're from Detroit,
Yes.
Pastor Hunter.
Yes.
Did you know that there's a goat by the name of Smoke that got loose?
Listen.
A pet goat. Somebody had a pet goat in Detroit.
Listen,
How is that possible?
I want you to think of a couple things.
Yeah.
Why would somebody name a goat Smoke?
I had a lot of ideas. They own a vape shop.
Things start to make sense after that.
Right. Yeah. It's the only goat that's constantly on marijuana. Yeah. It was running around Detroit. Apparently, it got onto a roof of a car in Detroit. You can see the link here, you guys, if you want to check it out. But it's kind of funny. But it's the typical. I was just driving down the street, and then all of a sudden, a goat jumped on my roof. And they're like, "What happened?" Well, it was on my roof. I don't know what happened. So this is exactly something that would not happen in Detroit. But apparently, people did not know exactly what to do with it because they're so cityfied.
Yeah.
That this
what
goat
do you do with the goat?
Yeah, I don't know. Up here, we'd probably shoot it and then eat it. But down there, they didn't know what to do with it. They didn't know what the thing was. So kind of an interesting thing. So it hit the main news, and so everybody was talking about it. Here's an interesting one, too. In Ohio, Trenton, Ohio, a man accidentally bought an entire street in Ohio for $5,000. He thought that he was just buying a piece of property. He bought it online and thought, this would be great to build something there. Found out he bought the entire street with all the houses, the road, and everything. And so the city now is in a legal battle trying to get it back, because you just can't. You can't own an entire
Pay the man.
street. Yeah.
City.
Yeah.
I would sell obviously more than $5,000.
Pay the man.
Yeah.
Trenton, Ohio.
Trenton, Ohio.
Seriously.
Yeah. I would say.
Do they got enough money? That's the question.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. How much do you want to pay for this? Yeah. I mean, the price has just gone up.
How's
from
this
5,000.
happen?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. The story basically says that it was being sold online. And the guy saw it and he's like, that's a good idea. I'm going to buy some property in Trenton, and found out that he actually bought the entire street.
Well, isn't that a thing now? You can buy really, really cheap houses and stuff in like kind of rundown cities.
Yeah. That's the way it is in Flint.
Yeah. And I think Detroit has
Yeah.
some areas of that too, where you're like able to.
Well, everybody's abandoning it, right?
Right.
There's a street in Flint called Cleo Street, Cleo Avenue. Have you guys heard of that?
No.
It's basically the worst street in Flint. I mean, there's a whole bunch of houses that are condemned or nobody lives there anymore, and people are buying up property for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
Wow. And tearing down the houses that used to be like a crack house. Now they buy it. Now it's going to be a new property. But Cleo Avenue, man, if you're looking for some real estate,
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah, you don't want to drive down there at night. I'm just saying.
No, I'd imagine not.
I've driven down there during the daytime, and I was scared.
Yeah.
You don't want to drive there.
Huh.
Dangerous people and goats.
Yeah. And then finally, interesting enough, okay, so the UN was having the ambassador from Nigeria to come talking about the persecutions happened with Christians there.
Yep.
Real bad situation. Not making light of that at all. The problem is that their spokesperson that
I know.
became their spokesperson, I don't know how, but Nicki Minaj. Do you know who that is?
I do.
Yeah.
Why? What?
I'm not sure. Okay, so the whole point
She's
is
for Nigeria?
yeah,
Or-
these are
yeah.
no, not just Nigeria, Christians in Nigeria.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
She's
So
like
these-
passionate about it.
These are Christians, and this is their spokesperson is Nicki Minaj, and so I'm listening to the interview online. It was on Fox News was doing the interview with what's her face at 12. I can't think of her name, but she was talking about how she grew up in the faith. This is Nicki Minaj. How she's an avid Christian, and she just real felt strongly about the Nigerian people being under persecution. That's great.
All right.
But I'm sitting there with my wife, and I'm like, her latest song that came out is not good. Have you looked at the songs that she puts out on the radio? This woman, I mean, I don't know. I'm not disparaging her testimony. I'm trying not
Maybe
to.
this is the thing, Pastor Alex.
I don't
this is
know.
the thing.
I just know that in Las Vegas, her show, you can't be under 18 to come to the show because of what she does
Sure.
in the show.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, great. And they're just praising her up. This Christian woman. I'm like, okay. I think I'm living in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I'm living in the Twilight Zone. because
Well, I mean, Jesus is super popular right now.
he is.
Yep.
Nicki Minaj.
We'll
can-
take it, right? We'll take it. Take it and
Yeah,
roll
yeah.
with it. It's just-
There's definitely a wave of people who are fans of Jesus.
Yeah.
Not necessarily disciples of Jesus.
right.
I don't know. I don't want to categorize her. I mean, because God can use anybody.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
to do his
totally.
work. But I'm just thinking if I was Nigeria,
Yep.
and I found out that this is going to be our ambassador from our country.
Who decided?
That's a good question.
Here's my thought on the strategy is if you want eyes looking at Nigeria and what's happening, you go get Nicki Minaj
Yeah.
to talk because now everybody's
Right.
now that conversation is being brought up on the More podcast.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
We probably wouldn't have been talking.
We wouldn't have
about
talked about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, that's probably true.
That's the strategy.
I watched a little bit of the speech, and it was like, and now there are problems in Nigeria.
Not great.
Page.
I know.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what kind of spokesperson is this?
She's not a public speaker.
No.
She's
but-
supposed to be a rapper, isn't she? Can't they put something together in rhythm?
Yeah. Hit the beat. Come on. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is when she came, she was dressed up very conservatively. And she was telling the host of the show, she's like, this whole thing is not very comfortable for me because I'm not usually like this. I'm like, duh. I mean, have you seen her videos lately?
Yeah.
I mean, half the time
Is she overdressed?
she's way overdressed because normally that is not what she wears. So, the problem is I probably know more about her than I probably need to, but just to see the comparison between the two, I was just like,
Sure.
this is kind of weird.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is weird for me is that people are like, oh, Nikki, this is so great that you're sharing your faith and stuff. You're a good sister of the kingdom and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. I don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah.
I don't. It's like if Ozzy Osbourne came out when he was alive, you know what? I'm serving Jesus now, but he's still doing what he's doing. I have problems with Alice Cooper, Alice Cooper talks about his faith a lot. He's on TBN and stuff, but he still does the same stuff that he's done since the 70s, Nothing's changed. His guitar player is very sultry on the stage, does a lot of things like that still. And I'm just like, the two worlds just don't really connect for me.
They don't connect well.
Yeah.
I've always kind of struggled with it, especially like another good example of that's probably Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Not as bad, right? In some ways, but still, gave his life to Christ and then still has a lot of things that he's still doing, especially in his music. And man, it would be hard to give your life to Christ and then turn down $50 million.
I think it's this is what we've been talking about, right? Like the sanctification process never stops.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to stand in the side of like,
I'm trying not to be
or nay.
judgmental. I'm not trying to be pharisaical about it, but I
that's
just
the part that I get
I think it's a little odd. I just don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like words of fruit,
Yep.
I mean, I can at least gauge that much. I may not know their heart or what they're doing, but it's just kind of odd. And then, it's kind of like there's really no apology for what they do on the side. It's just like, this is what I'm doing now or whatever.
Yeah.
But, you had people like, what's her face, Kim Kardashian. She was at the White House when President Trump first got elected talking about her goals and trying to help people in persecution around the world and also the stuff. And it was all Christian based. Again, not a great spokesperson for that.
Yeah.
Just because of the lifestyle.
Well,
I don't know.
hopefully Nigerians and Africa will not have, hopefully this does what it needs to do, right?
I hope.
Let's get going.
I mean, let's hope somebody does.
Well, the Lord can use anybody.
Yeah, that's the thing. He used a donkey. He can use
He can use
Nicki
anybody.
Minaj.
use me.
Yeah.
Use me, right?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Anyway, so Nicki Minaj is now a consulate for Nigeria at the UN. I guess pray for her work that God, uses her.
Yeah.
And we kind of see some help over there because just last night 27 girls were abducted from a girls' school by the radical Islamic group, and nobody knows where they're at right now. The government has no idea. And they're just assuming that it happened. When it happens, it's going to be like everything else. They're put into the sex slave trade, and so it's going to be bad.
Yep.
So be praying for Nigeria. I mean, I guess that's the one thing that comes up to the radar is that we definitely need to be praying for Nigeria that they start getting some help. We're going to take a break. Come back with fantasy football with Pastor Ted. Don't forget to bring up how I beat AJ bad. Okay, it's a good one. Right. So I beat him really bad.
Right,
so, anyways, we'll be right back.
This is the More Podcast, powered by the four-man funk machine. Hunter's got the enthusiasm of a youth pastor on Red Bull. Gary's got hunting tips for situations you will never encounter. Ted is eating something that definitely crunches. And Alex is smiling like this was all part of the
ASMR.
agenda.
It's definitely
Welcome
crunchy.
to the More
Need some
Podcast,
crunchy.
where it somehow always works.
Here's
All
some
right.
crunchy.
That's good.
ASMR.
Yeah. We just did it.
Yeah,
We just did, literally.
Yeah.
So
All right, fantasy football.
Yeah, here we go.
Let's
Ready?
talk about it.
Let's
Hit
do
the
it.
music.
Hit the
Okay.
music. Here we go.
So we definitely this has been a week. PG, congratulations.
Thank you.
We're
Thank
in. Me and you, buddy.
Top.
Top 2 and clinch playoff spot, 8-3.
Yeah.
We're going to the show.
There you go.
folks. So we got Pastor Gary and I at 2, tied for first place. Excuse me. James Walker is sitting at 7-4, along with John. So we got the Walkers battling out there. Two-way tie. AJ and Brad at 6-5. I think they need a win here. And then Alex, let's go. 4-7, fourth place.
Fourth. I moved up to fourth now.
I guess. Yeah. Well, because we
Yeah.
have ties all over the place. So
I went from 9 to 4.
yeah. And then, Neil is at 3-8. Theo is at 3-8, and James Good. James Good has been roaring back here, so good
Yeah.
job, James, at 3-8. So I don't know if there are there's no chance of those guys getting in yet, but
I looked at the bracket.
Yeah.
So you and I get a bye in the first round.
Yep.
And then there's only,
How many more weeks do we have until the playoffs?
I'm not too sure, but
Yeah, so that would be a good thing to figure out maybe for next week. But it's been good. I had Josh Allen. He literally had 6 touchdowns last
Yep.
week.
Yeah.
3 passing, 3 rushing.
what did he score? Do you know? How many points did he get?
Yeah, I can tell you. It was upwards of 40, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's been it's the age-old question: do you take a quarterback early? And this is a week for Ted where it is like, yes,
It worked well.
Josh Allen, go ahead.
If it's Josh Allen, yes.
Go get him. So
Yeah.
Take them.
Yep. So we're plugging along here. I do think we're going to get a little more separation this week when we have the playoffs get a little clearer. So
I play Theo this week.
yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are battling. I think it's your last life here for the playoffs. So
I believe in you.
you gotta win.
I'm.
It's a must win.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Must win.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at it. I did some trading on players
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah.
and
Well, and this is also too the time of year where I'm looking at my lineup and lots of injuries, and
I had
the
3 guys
waiver
on a
wire
bye
is
week.
rough right now.
I had 3 guys on bye week.
I'm trying to find
Yeah.
a tight end, so if someone wants to trade me a tight end, I'm
Nope.
for sure looking.
Not doing it. I like my tight end.
Laporta was my guy, and he's on injured reserve.
What are
so
you
he's
gonna
out
give
for
me
4
for
weeks.
Oh, don't trade with him. He's the enemy.
I would say
He's in second place.
if you need a quarterback, I've got Marcus Mariota, and he's been good for 18 every year. Every
I've
week.
got 2 sweet quarterbacks
Okay.
already. So
All right.
you got to give me somebody good.
All
I
right.
need a-
Well,
I'll
yeah.
tell
He
you
needs a
some of the
weapon.
sleepers. Some of the sleepers are from the Colts right now, because I had 2 Colts players that dominated
Yeah.
against AJ. I'm like, that's a sleeper team for me
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, so he's just trying to tell you how good his players are, so you'll trade.
Yeah.
Sure. I got, well, yeah.
I'm not trading them. I'm
Well,
just
that's
saying.
it. Like, usually
Yeah.
at this time of year, too, the teams that are in the last, start making those crazy. Hey, what are you going to give me 8 boxes of Little Debbie white
well,
cakes
that
for
might be
my
an option.
tight end? Yeah, it's that kind of thing. So, I got Cooper Kupp. I trade too, but I don't know. At this point, my starting guys are pretty good. Not a lot of depth, so I'm a little
Yeah.
worried, but need a tight end.
I'll tell you right now, though, the Dolphins, I got them all in the bye week. So I have three Dolphins out this week. And they've been doing really well for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been playing well.
Yeah.
So I just so you know, I have Ernst and I have Kelsey for my tight ends.
Okay. What? Oh. Yeah.
So you could let one go.
You could. That's right, Beach. You could.
Yeah,
do
but
that.
Kelsey's kind
Kelsey
of
just hit 20 points last week on fantasy football points.
Yeah, but I mean, he's like, some weeks he's on, some weeks they don't play
Yep,
him.
that's
Some weeks,
exactly-
You know what?
Yeah.
We're getting closer and closer to the playoffs.
And they're desperate now because
Yeah.
it's a what are they?
Just throw the
4
ball
and
to
5
him.
or
5
something.
and 5, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now they're going to use Kelsey.
I played James Good this week. Who do you got?
John Walker.
Ooh, that's a matchup. Yeah.
Got to dethrone him.
Yeah.
Break up the Walker boys.
It's gonna be good. Fun time of year.
Yes, it is.
It's gonna be good.
Fantasy football update.
That's right.
That.
With Ted Polly.
That's right.
You are now listening to the More Podcast. Warning. Continued exposure may result in unexpected spiritual growth, mild conviction, uncontrollable hope,
and a sudden desire to apologize to people you haven't even talked to in years. Listeners have also reported symptoms such as spontaneous Bible reading, increased kindness, random bursts of joy, and mysterious cravings for Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes. Consult your pastor if you experience side effects lasting more than 4 hours, preferably Pastor Gary. Please proceed with caution. You may actually learn something, and honestly, none of us are emotionally prepared for that.
All right, here we are, Bible trivia.
Yes, I got one.
Last week's was good. I've had a lot of people go, I was super challenged. I had to like read and look up the name Nicodemus.
Like I had to read the Bible.
I had to read the Bible, look up Nicodemus somewhere. Yeah. I'm like, good.
Who is this man? He's a big deal.
All right, so here's our question for this week. It is going along with the message that will be coming up. We're going to be covering the service style of evangelism.
Yeah.
Along with the invitational style.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
So we're going to go to one of the most famous stories in the New Testament, and it's the story of the Good Samaritan. But before Jesus tells the story of the Good Samaritan, he is being questioned by someone, a young man, and the young man wants to justify his actions.
Yeah.
What were the actions he was trying to justify? So I'll give you I'll just go ahead and give you the reference. So it's Luke chapter 10, verse 29. So what are the actions that this man is trying to justify?
I think I know.
Well, Hunter over here is jumping right now.
I got nothing.
Like,
You don't know?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
it was probably something to do with the little white
Plead the
Christmas
fifth.
trees.
Yeah, sure.
Can I eat
I don't want to give them up.
4 boxes in a day?
Can I still eat these and follow you? Jesus is like,
right.
no, you cannot.
It's like,
Give
all
up
right,
your
well, I
trees.
guess. Sorry,
Don't eat
Jesus.
veggies. You can only eat veggies and follow me.
I'm laying my Christmas tree boxes at the feet of Jesus.
That'd be so funny on Sunday. Come up to the prayer altar up there, the kneeler, and lay your Christmas tree cookies down
right.
and like, sorry, Jesus.
All right, Peach, I think I got it. I think I know
Do
it.
you know
Good.
it?
I think so, yeah.
All right. Well, if you know the answer, send it to harborlightbibletrivia@gmail.com, harborlightbibletrivia@gmail.com, and give us your answer. Or you can put it on Facebook or one of the socials and let us know what you think the answer is if you're that confident. And we'll put your name on the Wheel of Destiny by Wilson Insurance. We got a spin coming up here in a couple weeks.
Yep.
Not sure what the prize is.
Christmas surprises.
Christmas surprise.
Maybe we buy all these cookies up. Or those
You might walk away with 4 boxes.
hand-dipped Oreos and Christmas trees.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You get both of those if you win. So
Signed by the More podcast hosts.
yeah. I'll tell you right now that Mary herself was trying to buy me off. She came in my office and she's like, I got $10 in my pocket. Here you go. So I can win.
I feel like Mary, like early on, was winning all the time.
Yeah, she's been in a drought.
Yeah.
She's been in a drought lately.
Right.
Alan won.
Alan wins a lot too.
Joe Tath on Sunday
wins
was
a lot.
like, I have not won in a while. I'm like, hey, I don't know. So yeah, see if you spin it right now, go back to Mary. Watch.
Who is Olivia?
She's somebody.
She is a human being.
Yeah. There we go. Let's see if it goes to Mary.
Hey, if you don't email, you can't play.
That's right.
That's the thing.
That's right.
So email your answers at
harborlightbibletrivia@gmail.com, all lowercase. Yeah.
Hunter, do you notice this on the table? It came from the Christmas tree, but it looks like a little green mouse turd.
It does. It's disgusting. I'll never eat one of those again.
I will tell you right now that my wife bought a bunch of sprinkles one time. They were brown.
Yeah. Oh.
And they dumped into the silverware drawer.
Yeah.
And literally she's like, you need to kill the mice. They're all, look at all this stuff. And I'm like, nope. These are the sprinkles.
It's from you.
Yeah.
But if you leave these out, we will get mice.
Yeah. I'm like, no.
Actually, for all you know, it might have been a trail mix, 50-50.
It's like from the movie Caddyshack when he gets the Baby Ruth out of the pool.
Right. Let's talk about the Bible.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll go. Jeez. You didn't even bring your Bible today.
We got all the extra sugar.
Okay.
We have been a bad influence on Hunter.
I think we have.
Yes.
Yeah. He came the first time he came in. He was like ready to go.
I was ready to go. I thought,
I brought my Bible last week, but this week
I didn't know what was happening.
serious here.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
Let's take an ID break. Come right back with Bible Talk.
This is your festive More Podcast ID break. Ted is warming up the cocoa like a barista in training. Gary is belting out Christmas carols that may or may not be on key. And Alex is protecting the last slice of pumpkin pie like it's ministry related. But our favorite part of the season? Hunter the holiday steal of the draft. We grabbed him late, we weren't sure what to expect, and boom, he shows up dropping wisdom, joy, and Christmas spirit like he's been planning it since July. Total game changer. So grab your gingerbread, fluff up the couch pillows, and crank the volume. It's holiday season on the More Podcast, and we brought the whole team.
See, now you're mentioning every one of these.
Was there a little
really
ZZ Top in the back of that?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Could be, yeah.
I noticed that.
Good.
Yeah, so I just want you to know, I think you're
Yeah, I appreciate
you're in
that.
now.
Thank you.
So
Wow.
you've gotten your membership card. Well, today on More Podcast, we're diving into our Prism series where we're learning how God uses all kinds of different colors and styles to share the gospel through ordinary people like us. And in this message, we camp out in John chapter 3 and watch Jesus meet Nicodemus right where he is, under the cover of darkness with a powerful mix of grace and truth. We talk about relational evangelism, slow bridge, building friendships in camo, and confrontational evangelism, the blaze orange, moments where love tells the hard truth. Our hope is that as you listen, you'll recognize your own style, be encouraged to take one more step with the people in your life, and see that you don't have to talk about Jesus, you get to.
Let's go.
Amen. Pastor Gary, you're up.
Well, thank you, everyone, for being out and being a part of this series. I'm actually hearing more and more actual encouragement. I have a young man in my life that is going to be inviting 3 of his neighbors to the Thanksgiving dinner. He doesn't know any of them personally, just
Sweet.
3 neighbors, and it sounds like they're all going to show up. So
Good job.
there are people out there listening and actually putting into action the things that we're talking about. So that's
great.
pretty encouraging.
That's super cool.
And very, very excited about that. So as we got ready to jump into this series, I was thinking of ways to illustrate that. And of course, the ghillie suit and the blaze orange came out. I just want to say thank you. No one knows what was happening behind the scenes, but Pastor Ted was helping me with my wardrobe changes to get those in place as fast as I could. And of course, it was fun to have Devin Baker, who's interested in becoming a pastor, come up and help us read our scripture. And so it was a fun service, and I think people were really tracking really well with it. And the relational style is the most popular. There have been multiple books written on friendship evagelism, or relational evangelism is another way you can call it. There are entire societies and cultures that have used and bought into this particular style. Many Scandinavian countries and Christians use this style predominantly as their method of evangelism. So when I've done surveys in the past, raise your hand if you were brought to faith by a friend or a family member. Most hands actually shoot up because of that. So that relational portion of this goes along with, I think, the heartbeat of the gospel as well. And so it's just so natural, so good. Of course, one of the built-in challenges is that sometimes we have such a close relationship with people, we're afraid to offend them, and so sometimes we don't get around to actually popping the question. Do you know Jesus Christ, or tell me about your relationship with him. So it was a lot of fun to be able to kind of talk people through that a little bit. If this is your favorite style, I want to encourage you to take that next little step. And I gave you a little hint on Sunday. Maybe just ask a question. Like, this is what I'm thankful for, what the Lord's done in my life. Is there anything that you would be thankful for? And see if that opens the door for them to be able to talk about something that maybe they didn't recognize that God was doing. But it would give you an open invitation to be able to talk more about Jesus with them. So, Pastor Alex, just for fun, you're a pastor's kid.
Yes.
Okay. So being a PK, we were exposed to the gospel from, the moments that we were, right out of the womb. So how did you come to faith in Jesus?
Well, like you said, we were like always exposed to it. So you kind of just thought you were saved, from the day you were born. It didn't happen until I was about 9 years old. There was a pastor by the name of Vern Davis that came to Memory Assemblies of God down in Melvindale, Michigan. And is that how you say it? Melvindale? Yeah, Melvindale, Michigan. And he shared a message about being saved. And basically he talked right to me, just because you've been in a Christian home, grew up. And that's when I gave my heart to the Lord, was at 9 years old. But up for all that time, I thought I was saved, kind of like living in a Christian home. So it was exciting. I went up there, I felt, call of the Holy Spirit in my heart that I needed to come and ask, Jesus, literally in my heart, and ask him to be a part of my life. And, I remember it very vividly.
Pastor Hunter, how about for you? You're the young man at the table.
Yeah. I had, I think, 2 encounters with Jesus that got me to, at the second one, finally commit. First one was I was at a So I had a friend invite me to a camp, and crazy camp that I was at. Pastor said, if you want a God who's never going to leave you, never going to forsake you, and always going to love you, then you want my God. And so I'm coming off the back of my mom dying, and so that was a big sentence for me. And that's when I came around to the idea of God, whether or not I was like, Jesus, I'm living for you yet. I don't think I was there. I got invited to another camp where I realized my sins were against God and hurt God, which compelled me to want to turn away from those. And then I got some information on Paul. So the Saul to Paul conversion was the moment that really solidified Christianity's real. This isn't something people are talking about, but there was a man who gave up everything he had and everything he was going to be so that he could serve Jesus Christ. And he did it all the way to imprisonment and his death. Right? Why would he do that? And that was enough for me to say, okay, that proves to me that enough evidence that Jesus is real, so I'm going to give him my life and give him everything I have. And so it was like a combination of a lot of things.
Many of our listeners out there don't really know you very well because you're kind of new to the show. Isn't it amazing that two camp experiences for you really kind of set the pathway for you to accept Jesus? And isn't it amazing that you have a very strong conviction and passion for camp ministry? Right. Probably relating back to that experience, I would think.
Yeah, because I don't know where I would be without that camp ministry and what Jesus and what the Holy Spirit did through those camp ministries. And to even that, there's so many things that go into a camp happening. So, the local church that sponsored me to go, the leaders that got involved to make that camp happen, the friend who invited me to go the first time, all these things I'm very passionate about because it all goes in together
that's awesome.
To get young people saved.
Wow.
It's special.
That's very good.
Pastor Ted, how did you come to faith in Jesus?
It was, I can't remember the year. It was on Valentine's Day. I went to a concert in Grand Rapids, and I was like, it was kind of like the early or late 90s. And I grew up in church, and I grew up in a pretty formal church, and I went to this concert, and I was like, what is this rock and roll they are doing? And Jesus is front and center. And so I remember the singer giving an invitation to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior. I'd never heard language like that. So that was kind of the first time I was around that language. And so made the commitment to do that. And then similar to Pastor Hunter's, I had a youth pastor couple that were just awesome folks, really invested in my life. And they talked about Paul. And I remember hearing this Acts 20:24. However, I consider my life worth nothing to me, if only I may finish the race, complete the task the Lord Jesus has given me, task of testifying the gospel of Jesus. Right, and so I remember hearing that and going, man, that, and I knew who he was because I grew up in church. I knew Paul's deal, and so a guy who's essentially a terrorist, right, to Christians in his past, turns around and goes, nothing ain't worth that. This is worth everything in my life. If I got to lay my life down, I was like, man, that's all in. And so that was cool. That was a big moment too.
That's good.
And of course, this weekend, we also spoke about the other style of evangelism, which is the confrontational, where you have a chance to sit down with someone and talk with someone and confront them about their lifestyle, the life decisions that they're making, and the path that it's on. That I really wanted to make sure that people understood that you don't have to be a jerk and be confrontational. I actually had a person that I was going to bring up on the stage to interview, but they just felt a little bit uncomfortable about that. But this is a young woman who's not very big, just a real tiny little thing. And she just has a way of connecting with people and then confronting them about where they are, where they're going, where their relationship with Jesus is at. And she just won't let up. But her care for them comes out in a truth-based approach. I'm going to share with you guys a story I don't think I've ever shared with anyone. When I was living in Indiana, I was definitely living a way that wasn't honoring the Lord at all, and sharing a house with a bunch of guys, and it was just party fest every weekend. And the local youth pastor from the church that was connected to my family, my dad had served on there in staff in the past. He actually came and had the confrontational meeting with me. He's like, hey, Gary, you know the truth. You know what you're doing and where you're going and where it's going to send you. And and I'm here to help you get back on the path if you'd like. And I wasn't interested at that time, but I had someone have a good heart-to-heart, not yelling at me, but really, really present the truth. And it was about a year later that I gave my life to Jesus, but I actually had someone love me enough to come and sit down in my living room and present me with the facts.
Yeah.
So that was really a big heartbeat behind the message this weekend, is that we need truth tellers. We need people who are not going to give up easily or will take no for an answer. We need those people in our lives, and we need them in evangelism. And of course, the challenge, of course, is to couple that up with the relational part. I have a close friend that came up after the service on Sunday, and they actually said, thank you for talking about me. Okay, because they're the confrontational people. They're like, I love drive-by shootings. I just love by calling out everybody's sin, but I have no relationship with people of meaning or substance. And so thank you for challenging me to slow down and love somebody and have that relationship, and then couple that up with the truth telling that needs to be there.
Yeah, that's great.
So it was a pretty sobering moment, I think, in their own life. So
we had it was interesting you say that, because we had the discussion in our small group after that. And, one of the things that we come to the conclusion of, and I think this is something that's sort of a misconception in the church, is like, we kind of grew up maybe in the era where we got to get everybody saved. We got to go around and hand out tracts, get them saved because they're all going to hell kind of thing. But if you can legitimately bring one person to the kingdom by you having interaction with them and you sharing the gospel, you've done your part. God wants you to do more, but you've done that much. And so the guilt and shame that I grew up with, because I grew up in the era where that's the way you have to do it. Like, if you got a tally sheet and you got to check off a bunch of names and
seal the deal.
And when you get to heaven, God's gonna be like, good job, you did everything you're supposed to do. But at some point in my life, in my Christian journey, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense, because I don't believe that God's a God of just making me feel guilty all the time for just living this life and not always being the go-to guy or the deal closer, but living out my faith and sharing my faith with people and trying to bring them to the kingdom. And there are people, I don't have like a long list of people that are brought to the kingdom. At least I don't know, but legitimately having the conversation with them saying, do you know Jesus? It's a short list. I don't have a big, long list. I have people that I've talked about Jesus, but I have not had a long list of like, I closed the deal on this one. This is done. They signed the paperwork. We're good. And I always felt guilty and ashamed for that. And I'm like, why? Because it doesn't help me in my faith journey at all, because then I just feel defeated. I don't feel any victory whatsoever. I feel like I'm like the low man on the totem pole, the one that Jesus is like, let's bench him. He's not doing his job. And we talked about it in our small group, and there are a lot of us around the room that felt the same way, because, we've had those moments where we actually have shared our faith and brought somebody to Jesus, but there's not like a long list of it.
Let me share with you something also that I didn't share on Sunday, and I think it's an appropriate time to do it now. So I shared the story about how Lisa Kay and I had prayed for some non-Christian people in our lives, and I had a chance to lead a man named Calvin to Jesus, and then led a man named Matt, and then a whole list of people, literally. None of those people are sitting in church on Sunday.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I'm not good at mentoring. I'm not good at discipling.
Yeah. Well.
And so, it was easy to get an applause for leading 15 people to Jesus.
Yeah.
But none of those 15 people I know are serving Jesus right now. And so, we need a team.
Yeah. We do.
The whole, it takes a village. It takes a congregation. It takes a community. Because there are some people who are going to be great at sealing the deal,
right?
And then there are going to be other people who are good at mentoring and discipling,
right?
And most of the time, it's not one person doesn't get to do it all, right? Even in the scripture, and Hunter and I talked about this in preparation for this. Just one will water, one will plant, one will water, but it's the Lord who gives the harvest, right? Yes. So that idea right there says that we really do need to work together on this, because we're going to have shortcomings and shortfalls, and I think probably I had an evangelist come to Harbor Light one time, and he would be the one that could show you on a piece of paper, because he has signed names, more than 100 people a year he leads to Jesus.
Yeah.
Right. And then I'm like, all right, so where, did you connect him to a church? Because he was a traveling evangelist. So nope. All he does is just seal a deal and just leave it up to Jesus. And I was really offended by that. And I don't know if he'd ever come back, because we had a good pointed conversation about it. And maybe it was my immaturity at the time, but sometimes I think if you catch fish and you let them go, they don't bite the next time as easily. So I've had a conviction about that.
And I think there's something, I mean, we would sit around the circle and say, hey, you know, that person who led me at a concert event sort of thing, that wasn't the person that was discipling me.
Yeah.
Right. That wasn't I've had multiple people in my life. It has never just been one youth pastor or one camping event or whatever. That is this team thing. It is this family thing. And that's, you know, we're called to make disciples, right? We're not called to just have people raise their hand on Sunday morning. And that's where I think it is, the temptation is to go, let's get the tally mark thing. But man, like, you know, there's just something so beautiful about living as a disciple of Jesus. And there is, because the Holy Spirit is at work in my life, there is this effect then that has on other people too, right? We do need, it can't just be the barista who's going, I'm making coffee for Jesus and I never say anything, right? Like we do, at some point there has to be a proclamation of the gospel is what scripture tells us. But there is something so beautiful about, man, Alex, I know people who are coming to your office regularly who are new followers of Jesus to receive discipleship. And that's where I think the church, especially maybe early 2000s, where it had kind of that mindset of like, you know, here are the 3 evangelistic tools you use, and once you get them to pray the prayer, like, again, there's nothing wrong with that in its of itself, but it must be partnered with, how are you plugging these people into the service of the local church, and how are you, you know, walking beside them when times of trouble happen, because it happens.
Yeah, that's why relational ministry is so important.
Yeah.
Because after you get them saved, you still have a relationship with them.
Right.
So that you can actively disciple them. Discipleship's so important, right? I think if we're not thinking discipleship, then we can be short-sighted.
Right.
Because when you disciple a new convert, what you're doing is you're moving them along in their faith journey, and then they're going to be able to go and bring people to faith as well. So you're multiplying yourself in some ways, not quite, but you're moving them along so that they're ready to go and do the same thing. You're actually able to do greater things.
I think you're right, because I think the process, you know, I think that's for me, that's where I've kind of settled in my life. Is like, I'm not a deal closer. I'm not a good talker to somebody, you know, and like, I'm going to defend the faith. I'm going to bring you I'm going to convince you to follow Jesus. There are people that are really good at it. I mean, I'd say PG, I mean, you can talk the devil into being saved. I mean, he's like, I mean, you're just really good at doing that. For me, you know, I'm kind of like the guy that then kind of steps up later on and be like, now this is what we talked about. This is what it means. And so it's taken me 51 years to get to that point, to realize that this is my place. You know, I'm not the guy that's the glitz and glamour guy that brings people to Jesus. I'm the guy that stands there with you after you got the questions, and we're going to talk with you and walk you through it. And it's not one that everybody notices. It's not one that people go, oh, wow, look at that list of people he's done. It's never been that way. And I've had questions, you know, personally for myself. You know, the whole idea of evangelism has been such a conflict in my spirit for so long, because it's like, you know, why don't I get the opportunity, right? Like, I preach every Sunday. I'll maybe do an altar call. I'll maybe get a couple or a few that come. But most of the time, it's not that way. It's somebody else closes the deal, usually for me. And it's like, why isn't that my opportunity? You know, why don't I get to do that? And it was just kind of like the Holy Spirit kind of reassured me of the fact that, like you said, everybody has their place. Yeah. People plant, people water, you know, people reap the harvest with God's help. And I think that's where we begin to start realizing that's what we need to understand as a community of faith. And it's okay that God set it up that way. You know, if you were the goat of the kingdom, where you were like, man, I can bring them in, close the deal, and I can do this, great for you. But there's not many of us like that. Most of us have one of those categories that we fill well.
And I think that it's more of a fleshly thing.
Yeah, it is.
That we want the light on us or whatever. Where, man, I think all of us can attest to that. We're sitting around the table. The beauty of walking with somebody in their faith, that is rich. That is worth.
So it was really funny. So I had another person come up on Sunday, and they say, you know what the ultimate camouflage would be? And I'm like, no. And they goes, an orange ghillie suit.
That's funny.
Right? The combination.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I went home and I looked, and they actually have one.
Oh, really?
But it's sold out.
So you can wear it so the deer can't see it. But people,
if it was available, I was buying it.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Right, and to wear it this Sunday, but it was sold out, and I tried on 3 or 4 different places and can't get it. But that warm and snuggly blend in kind of thing, but at the same time, then present the truth was a really good illustration. I wish I could have made that happen, it would have been cool. But
Just get a can of orange spray paint, spray the one you have, and there you go. Save yourself.
So, Hunter, I'm feeling like, we're having a little coaching moment right here. I think he's going to come in on week the 4th, right? And he's going to be batting cleanup, and he's going to be covering the intellectual approach.
Yes.
And he's got some space to be able to kind of wrap up this whole series. The person who opens it sets the tone and the mood and kind of creates the tension. And then the guy that bats cleanup, he's the guy that rounds the bases, comes and steps on home plate and says, all right, let's go from here, right? And he's going to do a beautiful job on that. But I do feel like maybe this conversation we just had about it takes the whole community of believers. I think that might be an element you'd want to add in.
It's coming.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
It's coming.
Yeah, and I think it's so good. One of the things that I was thinking about when you wore the orange outfit is that, the whole point of the truth is that usually when that comes into play, it's a warning for that person.
Right.
A warning in that situation. So for me, I understand where you were going with it, but I was like, that's what it does is that when truth has to be applied like that in somebody's life, it's a warning because they're in a situation like the youth pastor with you, coming in and going, dude, what are you doing here? I mean, you know better.
I would say this gets into a whole conversation about Calvinism versus Arminianism, but I think if I died that night after rejecting this man coming and presenting the truth, I'm not too sure I'd go to heaven. Yeah. I was deliberately, rebelliously walking away from Jesus.
I like that you brought those two terms up. Just does my systematic theology part good. Yeah.
But we do tend to fall into you've said the prayer, right? You're in, right? But the gospel and one of Jesus' illustrations on planting the seed says that the seed can be stolen, it can be choked out. Yeah. I don't know how the Calvinists read that passage, but it does seem like there's some jeopardy if you don't get grounded.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Okay.
I'm not looking at you, Ted. I'm not looking at you. We've had many conversations about this.
Yeah. Are we about to close this podcast? Because I got one thought that I would like to be able to share. I don't know how long we went. My wife, Hannah, has this kind of this philosophy that she does with in the context of relational ministry and confrontational evangelism. So she calls it change in the jar. And so basically every time that she's meeting with somebody, having a conversation with somebody, maybe she brings them something to eat or they go to get coffee or she watches their kids. In her mind, she's like, I just put 30 cents in the jar. I just put a penny in the jar. And she says that if you make a deposit if you make a withdrawal that exceeds the change in the jar, you might run into some issues.
Yeah, that's good.
So make sure you've put enough change in the jar before you go and have the big one.
That's good.
And that's worked well for our ministry.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what we talked about last Sunday. Pastor Gary, you want to wrap it up? And what are we getting into this week?
This weekend, we'll be moving into the service. So serving your way to an opportunity. That would be a little bit of what Hannah just described there, putting money in the bank or money in the jar.
Yeah.
And then the invitational. And I'm gonna combine those together. That lots of times when you do put money in the jar, it gives you the okay to say, hey, I've got this event going on, and would you come be with me? I think that's going to speak powerfully to our culture that feels alone, abandoned, disconnected, to say, listen, I love you enough. I'm inviting you to come and be a part of this with me. Will you be a part of this with me? And I think that you're going to be challenged in such a way that you'll want to start reaching out to your friends and inviting them to situations where Jesus is going to be talked about, and they'll have a chance to think about that.
That'd be good. I like that. Yeah. Well, I mean, I know even though this is going to be coming out tomorrow, last call is this week.
Yep.
So
worship night on Saturday.
7
p.m.
Looking forward to that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a busy week.
Busy week. Yeah.
I was looking at my calendar. I'm like, I'm going to be here like every night till 9 o'clock for the rest of the week.
Set the cot up in your office.
I know. That's why I'm like, I told Amy, I'm like,
preparing.
Just get ready. We're going to be eating Culver's and cheese curds for a couple days. So, because I don't want to drive home. Literally,
Sure.
I'm at that point in my life. Just a little, nighttime driving is not fun for me anymore.
It's a bad mix.
It's a bad mix. I don't see the deer until I'm like on them. I haven't hit a deer, praise God, but I've come really close a few times.
If only they wore orange.
Oh, I was going to tell you. Driving home to Topham to be this week. A massive buck was standing in the middle of the road. I don't know how many times or horns or whatever you want to call it on his head. It was a huge rack. And I'm like, Amy, get your camera. We got to take this picture for Pastor Gary. She's getting ready to take a picture, and then it took off. But it was standing there looking at us like, you going to hit me? And I'm like, this thing is huge because, our car sits up pretty high.
Right.
Literally, its front, chest part was higher than my roof of my car.
So I have to tell you guys this, that when you get to a certain place in your life, you only hunt for certain deer. You let all the other ones go, right? Yeah. And I'm at that place, and so there was one particular deer that I had on camera. My granddaughter had seen it in the driveway. They took a picture of it. It was massive. That was the deer I was going for. I was holding out for it, and my neighbor, actually the person that works at the sewer authority, shot it. Oh, and then instantaneously, people sent me the picture.
Oh, jeez.
The buck you've been chasing is now dead.
Come on.
So I texted Dustin Yerman, who works at the sewer authority, and I said, now, I'm really happy that your friend got the buck that I was holding out for. Tell him that the pastor let it live so that he could get it. Now invite him to church.
Yeah, that's right.
So now it's time to start coming to church.
I did this for you.
Yeah. That's change in the jar right there, buddy.
It's the work.
Yes.
Working for Jesus.
That's
working for the Lord.
That's putting dollars in the jar.
There you go.
Letting somebody have a buck.
You let it go because you knew somebody else needed it more.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's the
kind of pastors we have at Harbor Lake.
Check mark right there. That's a good one. Well, that's it for us. Where are we at? We're at More Podcasts right now. That's what we're doing. So next week we'll be starting or finishing the series. Right, this is the last one. That's
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Oh, we got 2 weeks. Okay, yeah, that's a big one.
2 weeks. Yeah.
I wish I would have seen that deer. I wish I took a picture of the deer that we got. Yeah. And so we'll be right back. Thanks again for everybody. And you're welcome, Hunter, officially to the podcast. Now
Thank you, guys.
90 days is up.
Thank you.
We'll send you paperwork for employment and all that stuff.
Sounds great.
You get insurance and
Yes.
you get all kinds of
Dang.
stuff. A lot of perks. A lot of perks for working at this job here.
What's that little form you have to fill out when you're not allowed to no disclosure? You have to find
NDA.
that. Sign that.
NDA.
NDA.
Lots of stuff that goes on.
No disclosure, non-compete.
Right.
That doesn't seem to work though, because we just basically say whatever and then we're like, oh, that's going on the podcast. That's live. So yeah. We'll be back next week.
You have found us, More Podcast, where we want you to know God more deeply, find lasting freedom, discover your destiny and make an eternal difference. Now,